Hi, I'm AJ, and this is the Navigating New Horizons podcast, the show that discovers anything and everything you'll need to succeed in high school. From study techniques to relationships and beyond, we'll uncover everything you need to know to succeed in your first year in high school. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And today's episode is Mind Matters. So we're going to be going over, mental health and wellness while in your transition from middle school to high school. And it's not only the transition from middle school to high school, but, your entire high school journey. Because high school is a time where you're going to have some stress and you're going to be down sometimes. But there's ways that you can cope with that and things you can use to your benefit so you don't get into such a dark spot. So with that being said, why are we doing this episode? Why are we need to be aware about our mental health. Why do we need to be aware? Increased awareness. It helps early intervention. It helps create a supportive environment. It helps promote peer support. It helps you prep for the future and enhance personal development. And not only that, it helps stress and anxiety, it helps academic demands, and it helps ease coping with change, and it helps prevention of mental health issues. So it helps prevent mental health issues. So with that being said, we have to acknowledge these changes that are going to be happening. It's inevitable that during the transition from middle school to high school, there's going to be a lot of changes. You're going to be going to a different school. You're going to be surrounded by new people, and you're going to have to learn a new layout of the school. You're going to have new classes, new types of classes. You might even have more classes or fewer classes, different class sizes. So it's important to normalize feelings of uncertainty and anxiety during these times. Acknowledge and accept your feelings. Set realistic expectations, and you seek information before school starts to help mediate some of these feelings of uncertainty. Connect with others at freshman orientation. You can even talk with your guidance counselor about your feelings. Focus on the positives. Focus that you're going into this new journey. You're excited to see what comes next. And, celebrate small achievements. So whether that's doing your homework before you get home or whatever it may be, celebrate those small achievements to help normalize those feelings of uncertainty and anxiety. And, let's talk about the importance of mental health, because it's important to emphasize the role of mental health and overall well-being in our daily lives, because it affects us so much, from the mood you are when you get out of bed in the morning to the mood you go to sleep in. Throughout the entire day, you have many different moods, and it's important to educate yourself on the different moods that you'll be in and the role of mental health on those moods. You should also promote self-care, so incorporating positive mental clarity in everyday life. Take an hour, read a book, light a candle, take a bath, do something that makes you happy and something that you can de-stress. It'll calm your mind, even if it's before bed, which is perfect because it helps you sleep better. The third, model healthy behaviors. If something is happening in your life and it's having a positive impact on somebody, not necessarily saying it's going to have a positive impact on you, but try incorporating it into your schedule. It might help you, it might not, but what's the harm in trying? And lastly, prioritize yourself over others. It's very important to prioritize yourself over others for mental health, because if you're prioritizing them over you, your social battery may drain to a place where you can't fix it yourself. So if you prioritize yourself over others, and that's not saying you never can prioritize others over yourself at sometimes, but in the majority of times, if you prioritize yourself and your mental health over others, you're going to have a better experience. So that brings us to coping strategies. So some coping strategies may be drawing, listening to music, chilling in bed, watching a movie, going for a bike ride or a small run. But some breathing exercises that everyone can do anywhere all the time, because we're always breathing. I'm going to go over a couple of different breathing exercises that you can do to help calm yourself and help de-stress. So the first one is deep belly breathing. So find a quiet and comfortable place to sit or lie down. This can be in your chair at school. This can be in a teacher's classroom. It can be on the bus, wherever it may be. And it doesn't have to be quiet. You can put headphones in and try and block out some of the noise. So place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to rise. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth, feeling your abdomen fall. Focus on the sensation of your breathing and the movement of your hands. All right, the second one is 4-7-8 breathing. So how you do this is you inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, and then exhale completely and audibly through your mouth for a count of 8. So you repeat this cycle for a few breaths, gradually increasing as you become more comfortable. And the third one is mindful breathing. So sit comfortably with your back straight. This can be against a wall or against a chair. Focus your attention on your breath without trying to change it. Notice the sensation of each inhale and exhale. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath and focus on your breathing. Practice this for a few minutes, gradually extending the duration. So these 3 breathing exercises can be done anywhere and can really help if you're in a stressful situation or you just need a minute to yourself to regroup and think about the situation that is at hand. And the coping skills are not the only thing that can help you deal with stress. You should maintain a support system because it helps with not just stress reduction, but it helps with emotional support, validation, mental health, mood improvements, and coping skills. It can help physical health, immune boosts, and healthier habits. It can help reduce feelings of isolation and give you affirmation, connection, and social interaction. It can encourage personal growth, and it can increase happiness. So make sure you are maintaining a strong support system and incorporating that into your mental health. You should also incorporate hobbies and extracurriculars into your mental health because it can help reduce stress, helps skill development, it helps increase time management skills, increases social interaction, emotional well-being, healthy lifestyle, networking and leadership development, academic performance, personal expression, goal setting, culture exposure, and community engagement. It puts you in a part of a bigger cause. It can help bring people out of their shell. All right, next we have navigate social dynamics. So as you transition from middle school to high school, there's going to be some changes in those social circles that you're going to have at your school. So changing dynamics, you're going to have introduction of cliques, exposure to older students, exploration of identity, shifts in friendship, influence of academic tracks, and social events and activities. So making new friends and maintaining healthy relationships is very good for your mental health. Making sure to put yourself first. With that being said, you have to make sure you're being approachable, starting conversations, find some common interests, join some clubs, groups, or go to some activities, and maybe you can find some friends there. You can attend social events, volunteer, take social risks, follow up, and be yourself. Authenticity is key when it comes to finding lifelong friends. All right, next we have academic pressure. So there's a lot of academic pressure while in high school, and it can have a toll on a student's mental health. We have increased workloads, complex subject matters, higher expectations, increased competition, coping with low grades, and college and career planning pressure. So making sure to encourage time management and effective study habits, using your resources to help you not get stressed in your academics is going to help you so much. So making sure to use your resources, use a planner, use to-do lists, anything that helps you get stuff done while you're using your time wisely should be incorporated into your schedule and daily life. All right, next we have seeking help. So seeking help is okay. If you need help, it's there for you. That's the purpose of it being there for you, is for you to have it. So it shouldn't be something that you're embarrassed about, because it's there for a reason. It's there to help you. So if you need information on how to get help, go to any trusted adult and they can point you in the right direction for support services or any extra information that you might need. And lastly, for mental health, we have addressing bullying and peer pressure. So bullying can have a toll on mental health, but having some strategies for dealing with it can help. So for bullying, build self-esteem, establish boundaries with people, use assertiveness, document incidents, and seek help from teachers if you need it. And one that I really want to get into is establishing boundaries, because if someone's crossing the line and you don't say something to them, then they don't know that they're crossing that line, because everyone's lines are at different places for different people. So if they're doing something that annoys you or that's bothering you and they're crossing your line, you need to establish the boundary that they are crossing your line. If you haven't established that boundary and they do it again, you can't do anything. But if you've established that boundary and they do it again, then you have something to go on. So making sure to establish boundaries with those people, and it can be anybody that's doing something to you, or even in your friend circle, you can establish boundaries with them as well. And we have peer pressure as well. So, know your value and have some self-confidence, because it should be easy to say no, and sometimes it's not, but practice saying no to yourself, saying no to people in different situations. Better than that, surround yourself with positive influences so you won't be getting in those kind of situations. You should also educate yourself, have an exit plan, and seek support if needed. Overall, mental health during the transitional period from middle school to high school doesn't have to be one of mass destruction or one that you need to shed too much light on. Just make sure to set boundaries, set expectations, use time management skills wisely, and if you need extra help, reach out for it, because it's there for you.